And I'd like to welcome you all to our Thursday 1:30 p.m. session today with DOEE, the Department of Energy and Environment. We'll be learning more about the Solar for All program presented by Alvin Jones. I'm going to read our disclaimer before we get started. The WildTech DC Senior iPad program, its owners and presenters offer technical assistance, virtual help, well-being information designed for educational purposes only. You should not rely on the information in any apps or topics made by WildTech, including but not limited to mobile device applications and any social media pages maintained by WildTech, its owners, or presenters as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or legal advice. Thank you so much for letting me read the disclaimer. If you cannot see us, hear us, or see the screen, please let us know in the chat. Thanks so much. Let's keep our TVs and cell phones silenced to make sure we give ourselves and others the most immersive experience. And as always, make sure you take notes and or screenshots so you can review the information for later. Okay, other than that, again, please utilize the raise hand feature and the chat to share your thoughts and any questions, comments that you may have. But Alvin, if you could introduce yourself and your topic for today, we'd really appreciate it. And thank you so much for coming on.
Absolutely. Somebody says in the chat that they can't hear.
Yep, yep, I'll help them out. Thanks so much.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you all for having me today. My name is Alvin Jones, and I'm an energy program specialist for the Department of Energy and Environment. More specifically, I work on our Solar for All program. So that's what I'm going to be talking to you all primarily about today. And I will go over some other program offerings at the agency that will benefit you as a DC resident, excuse me. Some that you may know about, some that you may not know about. But I'll go ahead and get started. So I'm going to talk about the Solar for All program first. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain the program as simply as I can and then open up the floor for questions. And then I'll go into detail about each side of the program individually. Yesterday, I was doing a presentation for DACL. If you all are familiar with that, Department of Aging and Community Living. And I got some feedback there that my presentation wasn't clear. So, I strive for clarity. So I definitely want to make sure you understand how the program works. And of course, you're here for how it benefits you as a DC resident. So that's my primary objective. And then um, I'll go into, the details of it if you all want me to. And if you have questions, obviously I'll answer your questions and explain it. But I definitely want to explain the program as simple as possible because sometimes solar is misunderstood. It's a emerging clean energy technology. Some of you may be familiar with it, some of you may not be familiar with it. So I definitely want to simplify it. Um, and not to be mistaken by any third party energy supplier. There's a lot of energy suppliers that operate in the district that promise you a free service and you end up having to pay for their service and your Pepco bill increases as a result. So another disclaimer is our program is absolutely free. Okay. Anything that has a .gov on it, Solar for All at dc.gov, is absolutely free. Everything we offer is absolutely free. I'm going to let you know about our hotline number and I'm going to let you know about our email. So if you ever have any questions, if you are unsure of anything related to solar, you just have a question, you can call the hotline or you can email the Solar for All email and we'll get you the answer that you're looking for. Um, because a lot of third party companies in the district do prey on seniors, and they do prey on certain communities that are vulnerable. So we don't want that to happen to you all, and we definitely want to spread awareness of our Solar for All program because some people still don't know that they can get solar panels for free. They don't know if they live in an apartment they can take advantage of the benefits of solar. So I definitely want to spread awareness and make everything as clear as possible. So with that being said, I'm going to get right into it and allow me to share my screen and I'll be right with you. Okay, looks like it is sharing right now. So you all can see my screen, right?
Yeah, you're good to go, Alvin.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Okay, so Solar for All. What is Solar for All? So before I get into anything, you should know that we have two sides of the Solar for All program. Okay, we have two sides. We have a side for homeowners only, and we have a side for homeowners and renters. Okay, so we have a side for everyone. Now, if you're a homeowner and you're interested in getting solar panels installed on your home for free, we have that. We have that service for you. So if you're a homeowner and you think that your roof is, suitable enough to sustain solar panels, we do the installation absolutely free. Okay? As long as you meet our income guidelines, you're a DC resident, of course, you own your home, and you pay your own electricity bill, you can get solar installed on your home for free. Okay. Now let me show you how you would do that. Now this is the grantee organization that you would have to apply for free solar panels through. You would have to apply through DC Sustainable Energy Utility. That's our grantee organization that we work with, and they would connect you to a solar installer who would install the panels on your home for free. Okay. I know I'm placing emphasis on that word free, but the service is absolutely free. Okay, and this is their website, and I'll put all of this stuff in the chat after we're finished. But this is the website, and you all seem very computer savvy, so I'm sure you all can access this website, dcseu.com/solar for all. Okay, and if you scroll down, it gives you an overview of what they do and everything. And if you scroll down, let me show you the income requirements. So like I said, you have to be income eligible for this program. So let me go into more detail with that because sometimes it's not clear. So for example, if you're a household of one, your household income cannot exceed 86,650. Okay. So if you're a household of one, and you get like maybe an annuity or social security income, and let's say you make 65,000, great. You qualify for this program. You get solar panels placed on your home absolutely free. If it's you and maybe your husband, wife, what have you, child, what have you, your income cannot exceed 99,000. Okay. So those are the income qualifications. Well, I should say income guidelines. Those are the income guidelines for eligibility. Okay. So if you review that and you say, okay, I think I'm eligible, you can apply for free solar panel installation right on this website. If you scroll down to about the middle of the page, you can apply right here. Let me show you what that looks like
Yeah,
just for
I
reference.
shared the link in the chat for everyone so they could follow along as well.
Oh, you say you want me to throw the link in the chat?
I already did in the chat.
Okay.
Folks can follow along.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
So yes, so this is the website and everything, and it goes over the requirements here again. Okay. And you gather all your income verification and supporting documents, and you can apply here. Okay. It just asks you for some basic information. You can apply, and then you would go from there. Somebody would contact you by either phone or email. Okay, let me go back to the main page, scroll up a little bit. So the process for getting solar panels installed on your home for free, number one, you would apply for the program. Number two, they would give you a call or email back, and they would connect you to a solar installer who would do your, they call it an audit. They would do an audit of your rooftop just to make sure that your home is sustainable for the solar panel installation. Okay, they just want to make sure your roof is in good condition. Then from there, they start the process of installing the solar panels on your home for free. Okay. Now they do have a hotline number that you can call if you don't feel comfortable completing the application online. You can definitely give them a call, and their phone number is here. Okay. It's 202-479-2222. You can ask them about, basically anything. Any questions that you have about going solar, you can ask DCSCU. They'd be happy to help you over there. So if you're not comfortable doing it online, you can definitely call. Okay. Um, so now I'm going to open up the floor for any type of questions that you all may have. There might be some questions, and I'm happy to answer them. And then I'll go into a little bit more detail.
Uh, Thank you again so far for all the information, Alvin, going over those guidelines. Any questions about anything so far? Please raise your hand in Zoom, and then we'll go on. So I see we have 3 hands so far. Thank you so much. And if you have a question, comment, etc. for Alvin, please raise your hand. First up is Brenda. Hey, Brenda, how's it going?
Hello, I'm good.
Mhm.
Mr. Jones, let me ask you about the solar panels for renters. My son lives in a high-rise apartment building. How would how would be he benefit from that? I mean, how do they match up his unit with the solar panel?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. So that's gonna be in the later part of my presentation.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm gonna ask since you asked now, I'm gonna answer your question now. I'm not gonna make you wait. Um, so we have another side of the program called community solar, which I'm going to go into more detail of. So community
Okay,
solar is a way for renters to get connected to solar without having to have anything installed on their apartment. Obviously, you can't install anything on your apartment building. That would be very complicated and you don't own the building, so it's nothing you can do. So with community solar, it's a way for renters to get credits on their electricity bill, making their bill cheaper, and they save up to $500 a year on their bill. So with community solar, you're saving money on your bill, is making your bill cheaper through bill credits, and there's no installation required. But when it comes to, I believe your question was, is it going to be powering? You said it was your son?
yeah, my son, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So it would indirectly power your son's apartment. So we have solar panel farms all over DC that generate clean electricity for the larger electric grid. So it wouldn't be directly powering his home, it would be indirectly powering the home. It would be
Okay,
indirectly powering the home because it's sending power through the larger electric grid that everybody gets their electricity from.
okay,
Okay. So the main part about it is the savings on the electricity bill, which make the bill cheaper. So if your son signs up for the program, he's going to see something on his bill, and I'm going to show you all later. He's going to see something on his bill that says community solar bill credit, and then it's going to show him on the right side how much money that he saved. You all can still see my screen, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
you're good.
Okay, let me show you what that looks like. Let me just go ahead into that right here.
Do you want to go over this and then answer questions?
I can. Let me show Miss McManus.
I think it may answer some other questions as
Okay.
well, what you're doing right now.
Okay. Excellent. So let me just show Miss McManus this image right here, and then I'll go into the other side of the program.
okay,
That sound good?
Yep, no, we can see your screen.
Excellent. Okay. So if your son were to sign up for the community solar side of the program because he lives in an apartment,
right,
he would see this on the second page of his bill, community solar bill credit, and then he would see under CS credit, he would see the amount of credit that he saved on his bill, and this is just a sample. Um, so that's how community solar works. Okay,
okay,
and you
okay,
all see this right here. It says SFA, then it has a number right here.
yeah,
This indicates the solar facility that he subscribed to. So this is number 24, hypothetically. Okay.
Okay.
So let me go back to um let me finish up the single family solar side, and then I'll go right into community solar.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Should I answer these questions or should I just go ahead to the rest of my presentation?
I'm not, it's up to you.
Oh, it's up to me. Okay. Um, I'll answer questions. Miss
Okay.
Miss Geraldine Smith.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
I just want you
Well,
to repeat the not email, but the website to apply online. Just repeat that, please.
For single family solar?
Single family.
Yes, ma'am. So the link is right here.
I
DC.
can't see it.
Oh,
I
you can't
can't
see it?
see the link. It's
also in
too
the
small.
it's in the chat, Geraldine, as well. I put it a little earlier, and I just re-put the link in the chat, so
Okay,
you all
okay.
can tap on it and
Okay.
access the website from the chat. So make sure y'all tap on the link so you can access it and take a look at it. Okay.
Okay, I'll go to the chat.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Miss Doris.
Good afternoon, Alvin.
Good
I
afternoon.
may ask you a question. I had solar in my home, and the house caught on fire, so the insurance company didn't cover that. Will they be able to come out and look at it and see if I can get it, or if not, could I get the other kind?
Um, Now, if you wanted to apply, I guess you had some fire damage. I would
Not
suggest.
not on the roof. It was in the basement, but
Oh,
they didn't pay to put it back.
okay. Yeah, you're more than welcome to apply for the single family solar side, to apply for free solar panels. You can absolutely do that. They'll come and do an energy audit and everything. Um,
Hmm.
or you can just apply for community solar and you wouldn't have to worry about the audit and the installation. You can just go ahead and start saving money on your electricity bill by getting the bill credits. So it's really personal preference on what you want to do.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you for the questions, you all. I see two more hands. Mr. Harold. Thanks so much.
Hello, everybody. Brother Alvin, good to see you.
Yes, sir. Good to see you.
I just wanted to clarify, maybe I misheard, I didn't hear. The community solar panel also can be on single family homes, correct?
No, sir. What I said was, if you're a homeowner, you can get solar panels installed on your home for free. And then with community solar, there is no installation required, but you would get the savings on your bill. You would get credits on your bill, making your bill cheaper with no installation. So homeowners are able to do both.
That's what I just want to make sure I heard that part correctly. Because I
Yes,
have
sir.
it, but I have the community solar. I don't have it on top of my house.
Oh, so you already have it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Good to hear. And
Wonderful
is it
savings.
saving you money?
I'm just here to cheer you on, brother. Go get it.
Oh, great, great. I appreciate the support.
Thank you, Mr. Harold, for sharing. Yep, a couple more hands. Thanks so much for your questions, you all, and your comments. And just don't forget to lower your hand, okay? After you share. Miss Ethel, you have a question or comment for Alvin? You got to hit unmute in the middle, Miss Ethel. Again, you got to hit unmute right in the middle. It says unmute in the middle. So you got to hit that in order to unmute yourself.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My question is regarding income eligibility. Is that the limits? Is that gross or after taxes?
Yes, ma'am. That would be gross.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. We have, again, a couple more hands. Again, don't forget to lower your hand and mute yourself, please. Thank you so much. Geraldine, you had another question or a comment?
Other question, how long does it take, Alvin, to get it? Is there a backup? Is there or waiting line or something?
Yes, ma'am. Good question. I'm sure you all heard about like DC's like budget cuts and everything. So
Yeah.
the program did have some budget cuts. You can still apply for the program, but realistically, your installation would probably be sometime in 2025, obviously, probably mid to late 2025.
Okay,
I do
okay,
think there is some type of a backup now. Yes.
okay, okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And one more hand. We have or two more. Cassandra, what you have a question or comment?
Yes, I heard you say the phone number. I got the last four digits was 2222, but what's the three after the 202?
It is 479.
479. And
Yes,
then one
ma'am.
other question. I also already have the solar panels, but one of my neighbors was telling me last week that they said if you had the solar panels, somebody was going to be getting in touch with us because it's time for them to be changed. How long are you supposed to have them before they need to be changed?
Um, Before they need to be changed, usually the systems last for about 20 years.
Oh, well, I'm
And
good to go.
yes, ma'am. And if you needed any maintenance on the system, you would have to contact the solar installer that installed your solar panels.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Again, let's all make sure to please check out the chat, check out the link for all the information, so that way you can take a look at it whenever you'd like. So make sure you check out the link in the chat. And again, don't forget to lower your hand and mute yourself, please. Thank you so much. Our last hand for now is Miss Brenda T. How are you?
Very fine. How are you?
Good.
I forgot your name. I live in a co-op. It's 16 units and 2 floors and the ground floor. Could we get it?
Um, Absolutely. You live in a co-op, and your electricity bill is paid individually, right?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So as long as you are income eligible, and your income and your electricity bill is paid individually, you can get community solar.
Okay. Okay. I'll talk to them about it.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. No more hands, but we do have a question in the chat. Do you own the solar panels once installed? And if you sell your house, do they stay with the new owner?
So if you get solar panels installed on your home for free, you would not own the solar panels. You would just save money on your electricity bill because the excess generation that's generated from your solar panels would offset your bill. So you would save money on your electricity bill, and obviously you would be generating clean electricity with the panels on your home, but you would not own the panels. You would own the panels after a period of 20 years. Okay. So after the period of 20 years, you would own the panels. So hypothetically, if you did sell the home, it would be on the house for the new ownership.
Yeah, that's a great question, Mr. Dave. Make sure you let us know if you need any more elaboration. But thank you for answering that and all the questions, Alvin. They're quite a variety, so I know it helped out others as well with all of your great questions. Again, right, you've been talking about the where they actually install, so not community solar, you've been more so talking about just solar for all, but you're going to go into a community solar, is that right? In that
Yes.
section?
Hmm.
Okay, before you do, we continuation, it says, so they come back and take them away if new owners don't want them, and if there is damage, do they pay for that?
if the new owners did not want the solar panels installed, um, I believe that the solar installer could take them off for the new owners. I believe that they could. And you said the second part of your question was about damage. If they were damaged in some way, the solar installer would be responsible for fixing the damage.
So it wouldn't be on him. It would be on the solar installers. Is that right?
Yes, they would fix the damage and they'd be responsible for taking them off if need be.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your question, Mr. Dave. So yeah, yeah. We'll take one more question and then we'll go into community solar. Anne, thanks so much.
Hi, I just want to say that in my contract, when I got them, they did come and remove the panels, pack them up. They had to do some work on the roof next door, and where attached houses. So that meant that they had to be on both roofs. And they took them and they brought them back and reinstalled them. And I am so happy because I have not paid an electric bill forever.
I'm very happy to hear that. I'm happy that it's working out for you.
And they came and cleaned them when they had some damage to the house next door, and it came on mine, and they came and cleaned mine too and put them back.
I'm very happy to hear that.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Dennis.
Thank you, Alvin.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you. I know we have one hand, but Alvin, can you go over community solar real quick and then we'll resume with questions so we can make sure we have enough time, okay?
Absolutely. So community solar. So we've already gone over the single family solar side, and I hope I was thorough with everything. So with community solar, it is a way for renters as well as homeowners who don't want solar panels on their rooftop. They want to take advantage of solar, but they don't want it on their rooftop. They want to save money, but they don't want it installed. And it's also for renters who obviously can't get anything installed on their rooftop because they live in an apartment. It's for condos, co-ops, what have you. As long as you're income eligible for the program, you pay your own electricity bill. Your electricity hasn't been shut off, and of course you're a DC resident. As long as you meet those requirements, I strongly encourage you to apply for Solar for All. Why? Because there's no installation required. It's easy, and you're saving up to $500 per year with community solar. It's that easy, and I'm definitely a testament to having a successful experience with Solar for All, because I was enrolled in the Solar for All program when I lived in DC, and it was definitely a great benefit to me. Saving that money on my bill, especially in the summertime. You know, so if you haven't already applied for community solar, please apply for it. It's a win-win situation. You're saving money on your electricity bill, and you really don't have to. The hardest thing about community solar is just applying, and that's pretty easy as well. So, what you should know about Solar for All, I mean, community solar, the community solar part of Solar for All, it all falls under the umbrella of Solar for All. Okay, so Solar for All is just a blanket term. It applies to both sides of the program. So with community solar, to put it in simplistic terms, if you sign up for community solar, you get credits on your electricity bill, making your bill cheaper, and you don't have to worry about any installation. Okay, I do have a small presentation about community solar, and I'm still sharing my screen, and here we go. Okay, so just a little bit of background about community solar. The main goal of community solar, Solar for All, is to bring the benefits of solar to 100,000 low to moderate income families in DC. And with that goal of 100,000, we definitely want to prioritize our senior population. A good bit of our subscribers right now, we have about almost 7,000 subscribers. So we have a long way to go. So awareness is important. Okay. So I would say probably about maybe 25% of our subscriber numbers right now are comprised of seniors. So seniors are a big part of what we do. And we definitely want to make solar inclusive and accessible to everyone, no matter your income. Okay. Because solar is an emerging technology, and we definitely want everybody to be a part of it. We don't want people left behind. So, like I said, 100,000 people in the program is definitely, um, is definitely a reach, but it's definitely a good goal. Okay. So, how does community solar work? You may say, hey, are the solar panels powering my home? Like I said before, in DC, there's a big electric grid that everybody gets their electricity from. Okay. And we have about 28 solar projects all around DC that generate clean electricity. For example, we might have them in your neighborhood. We just had a new system built in Brentwood. We have one by Rhode Island Avenue. We have a system on Tacoma Aquatic Center. We have a community solar system on Children's Hospital. We have one of our largest ones is in Oxon Run. Okay, it's an Oxon Run off South Capitol Street. It's a huge system full of solar panels. And that's what community solar is. It generates clean electricity for the larger electric grid, and you apply and you get a subscription, and boom, you get those savings on your bill just by being a part of the program. Okay? Now, with community solar, obviously sunlight is important. So in the summertime, you'll get a bigger credit. Okay, in the summertime, you'll get a bigger benefit on your bill. In the wintertime, you'll still save money, but you'll see the biggest benefits in the spring and summertime, obviously, when there's more sunlight. Okay, because that's what solar is. Solar harnesses the power of the sun, and it converts that, we call it photovoltaic energy, into, electricity. Okay. So community solar, people don't have to worry about getting anything installed in their home. We're going to generate the electricity and you save the money. It's a win-win situation for everybody involved. Okay. Um, so how to apply? So but before I get into that, let me let you know about something. So with a lot of district programs, you have to recertify every single year, which is a federal requirement, which means we have to do it. But with the Solar for All program, you only have to apply for the program once. Okay, so it's making your life easier. You only have to apply for the program once, and you're in the program for up to 15 years. Okay, so the credits are going to continue for up to 15 years. Now, if something changes, if your income changes, right, and you no longer qualify for the program, you have to let us know so we can unenroll you. But if your income stays the same and you still qualify for the program, your subscription lasts for 15 years, which is great. You don't have to worry about, hey, every year I have to reapply for this program. I have to send in my documents. No, you don't have to do that. Okay. The benefits are going to keep continuing on and on and on unless you're no longer income qualified. Okay. Um, Now, if you move somewhere in the district, let's say you move from an apartment in Northwest to apartment in Northeast, we can transfer your credits to your new apartment as long as you are income qualified, or your new house or whatever. Wherever you move, as long as it's in a district and you're still income qualified, we can move your credits to your new address as long as you let us know. Okay, so how to apply for the program? There are several ways you can apply for the program. This right here is what our application looks like. So I would say the fastest way is to apply online. We have an online application, and if you do an online application, you'll receive a correspondence from us in no more than you'll receive a correspondence from us in about probably the same day or the day after latest. Okay, so that's the fastest way to get uh, in the program is through the online application. Okay, we also have a paper application. If you're not computer savvy, if you're not internet savvy, you can call our hotline number, and I'm going to give it to you right here. Alexander, you can put this in the chat. We have a Solar for All hotline number, and here it is right here: 202 299 5271. You can call the number on the screen, which is the hotline number, and request this application be sent to your home. Okay. And then you can send the application back with all of the required documentation. Let me tell you what you need. You need this application fully completed. Okay. You need a copy of your ID, copy of your government ID or whatever ID you have. Okay. We need a copy of your PEPCO bill. We need a proof of your income. Okay. So proof of income, here's what you can submit. We're pretty flexible on your income proof. Okay. We can take pay stubs if you receive a pay stub. We can do social security income if you receive social security income. If you have an annuity that you have, we can do that. If you have your W-2 or W-4, whatever tax documents that you have, we can accept that. Um, and also, you can be categorically eligible. And what that means is you can use your LAHEAP energy assistance. You can use your utility discount program benefit. Um, if you have SNAP or food stamps, or you have TANF, we can also use that to verify your income. So that you can send a benefit letter from those programs, and we can use that to verify your income. Okay. And here's the website that you can access the online application: doee.dc.gov/solar for all. I'll take you there in a minute to show you what the online application looks like. Okay. And just to reiterate the income guidelines, let me move this. Just to reiterate the income guidelines, these are the income guidelines, okay? The same as it was for single family solar. These figures right here represent 80% median income, and that's pretty high. So we want to make it accessible for not only low income residents, but for moderate income residents as well, okay? So this is the end of my presentation on community solar. I'm not done yet, but I just wanted to give you all my information. This is my full name here, and this is my email, alvin.jones2@dc.gov, and this is my cell phone number right here. You can call me directly. I don't mind. Call me directly. I'm happy to answer any questions, or you can call the hotline, and my colleague Josh will answer the phone. Okay. So whatever medium you prefer to contact us, we're always happy to help. Okay. Let me take you to the Solar for All, the Community Solar for All application page. Okay. This is a this website will give you information on single family solar as well as community solar. So it's a website for both. So you can find resources on both sides of the program here. So let me show you what the online application looks like. Let's go scroll through it together really quickly. If you choose to apply through this. So here's what you need. You need your PEPCO account number, like I said before. Just some basic information here. You upload your ID right here. And the full address portion is right there. And you have to click on one of these drop downs. So let me, for example, put in an address. Well, you get the drift. When you type in your address, it'll, produce a drop down. You have to click that. You can upload your income documents right about here. It's 5 slots for that. And this is sometimes confusing to people. So you have to click customer usage info authorization. Boom, you click that right there. And then the submission button is right here. So you have to complete both tabs right here and put your signature there, and then you press submit here. and then we'll receive it. Okay, so this is what the application looks like. Like I said, if you're not comfortable submitting your documents online, you can definitely send them in by mail. Please be sure to contact the hotline if you have any questions or you want to request an application be sent in to you. Um, so that's my presentation regarding community solar. I can take some questions. I think we got about 25 minutes left. I can take questions for anything pertaining to the community solar program. I can take your questions now. I'm happy to assist.
Well, once again, Alvin, thank you so much for going over this program. It's definitely a win-win, as you said, and all of us have access to the internet or online with our iPads and other devices. So definitely use those to complete the application. Like you said, it took the day of or the day after to get a response. I mean, that's great. Knowing some programs may have, well, for community solar at least, that's really fast. Some programs can take way longer to receive a response from. So I highly recommend you all check out the websites and call the hotline if you need to. And those links are in the chat. So make sure you check out that information. But any questions about community solar or solar for all? Any questions? I did have one earlier in the chat. It says, do you save more by having panels on your house or more with community panels? But to my understanding, you could potentially get both if that applies, right?
No. Um, That's my mistake for not being clear. So you can get either or. If you're a homeowner, you can either get solar panels installed on your home for free, or you can take advantage of community solar where you're getting those credits and there's no installation. So it's either or. Okay. If you're a renter, your only option if you're a renter is the community solar program. Now you're gonna save about the same amount of money with both sides of the program. So up to $500 per year is what you'll save with kind of both sides of the program. You save about the same amount of money on both sides of the program.
Thank you, Alvin. Do you mind going back to your presentation with your contact information? Just
Sure.
so folks can screenshot or write it down, information if you'd like. But yes, definitely take advantage of a screenshot. We learned how to do that during module 2 yesterday, so make sure you check it out. Thank you for that in the chat. We have 2 hands up. Any other questions? Please raise your hand. Brenda, thanks so much for your patience.
Sure. Alvin, I got my solar panels through the Department of Energy and Environment over 9 years ago when I had the weatherization program. And, they came in and measured your home and all that good stuff. And they offered me the opportunity to get solar panels, and I got them through this company called Solar Solutions. Now, you mentioned that they do maintenance. I've never had maintenance performed on my solar panels, and I mean, what kind of maintenance would they be doing? Like maybe leaves or something on them or below? Well, how would that work? What do they do for maintenance?
Yes, ma'am. They do maintenance as needed. So if there's something that goes wrong with the panels, they can repair. Um, if something's not working as it should, they would,
Uh-huh.
take care of that. But if your panels are working and they've been working and working as they should, then it's no maintenance required.
Okay, so they would know if maintenance is required. I guess the company would know that we need to check it out.
Um,
How would that work? I mean,
they would get a they would know based on what you're telling them. If you feel like something is going wrong, you tell them, and they would be responsible for the maintenance of that. But I don't believe they do any yearly checks or anything like that. I don't believe that they do.
right.
But if you notice that something is not operating as it should, you give them a call and they will be responsible for doing what's needed.
Okay. Well, I haven't had any problems since I've had them. And you also said that you own the panels after 20 years. So, and you said the credits go towards your bill. So how would that work? Do you get the credits after 20 years or
Oh,
what happens?
so you're talking about for single family solar, right?
Right, right, on your home. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So you would, after a period of 20 years, you would own the solar panels. As far as credits, we have in the district what is called SREC, and that's an acronym, SREC, that stands for Solar Renewable Energy Certificate or Credit. You would own those after 20 years. So when you're with, if you got your solar panels installed through DC government, Solar for
Yes.
All, the solar panel installer, they would, your SRECs that you generate from your solar panels can be sold for money. So if you got your solar panels for free, the solar installer owns those SRECs and they can sell them on the market. So for right now, if you generate 1 megawatt of electricity, you can sell that through a solar broker. I believe the going rate for a megawatt of solar energy is about $450, I believe. So you'll be able to sell those megawatts to a solar broker for money. So that's why, solar is it's such a hot commodity because DC has some of the highest SRECs in the country. So that's why solar is so valuable these days. But after a period of 20 years, you own the panels and then you would own the SRECs as well.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, how would I get how would I get information that I own it, the SREX? And and how would I benefit from it? I mean,
Right, right. I mean, after period, you know what? That's actually a good question. After a period of 20 years, how do you like have confirmation that okay, I own this now and these are my solar panels and these are my, SRECs and everything? I would reach out to DC Sustainable Energy Utility. That's that 479-2222. I
okay.
would I would ask them about that because I personally am not sure.
Okay.
One thing to note here is the single family solar side is administered by the DC Sustainable Energy Utility. So I can give people information on that, but I can't really go into the weeds of it like I can with community solar
Okay.
because community solar is administered by DOEE. We run that side of the program, and DCSCU, they're our grantee organization, so they're paid to, run the other side of the program. But if there's anything, if you want to send me a personal email or call me, I'll get you the answer you're looking for.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Brenda. Going back to the chat really quick, we had a question from before. It's kind of like the question and then a verification. So if I'm getting community solar now, I don't need to get community panels. And he meant I don't need solar panels installed if I have community solar already because the savings are the same.
Yes, that is correct. If you're already getting a community solar benefit, you don't need to get panels installed on your home. Okay. The amount of money that you save with both sides of the program is about $500. The last study that was conducted by one of our subscription management partners, the last study, it was about $532 that people are saving with community solar. So you're saving about $500 per year. So yes, if you're already receiving community solar benefits, there's nothing else you need to do.
So why get panels on your roof? That's what he said afterwards.
Right, right. It's just really a personal preference. It's a personal preference. And after the period of 20 years, people own the solar panels. I mean, some people think that is worth the wait. But it's really a personal preference, really, I would say.
Yeah, and I get it's everyone's options are different because if you own your home or if you rent your home, it's if you rent, you just have one option, which is good
Right,
sometimes. You just get it and
right.
but if you own your own home, then you have to think of
You have options.
different things. So I can get why it can can
Yeah,
be not confusing, but you got to choose one option.
absolutely. Makes sense.
Yeah. Let's see. Mr. Angelo, thanks so much for
Hey,
your
thank you, Alex. Yes, Alvin. My question. Uh, you said that if you live in an apartment building, and you sign up online or whatever by mail, you can get a discount and whatnot. But how would that once you sign up? It would be sent to the Pepco company, and they would automatically deduct the whatever is deducted as far as you getting a benefit, and you would get it on your next bill or whatever. You would see it.
Yes, sir. Good question. So let me start off by saying the amount of credit that you get per month is going to vary. Usually within the summer and springtime, you save the most amount of money, so you'll get a bigger credit during those months. So your credit's going to vary. So once you're enrolled in the program, it generally takes about 2 to 3 months for your credits to start appearing on your bill.
Hmm.
Okay? I should have said that before, but it takes about a couple months to start receiving credits on your bill. Now, that's partly because we have to work with Pepco and they enroll people on a certain date of the month. So that's why it's that like 2 month overlap.
Oh.
Okay. So
Uh-huh.
once we enroll you, we have like this thing we call our community solar portal. And we work with Pepco to put everybody's information into there. And then Pepco enrolls you through that community solar portal, and then you see those credits on your bill based on what facility you're subscribed to, and that's
Oh,
based on capacity. So yes, we do work with Pepco to allocate the credits to your individual Pepco account, and it takes a couple of months to start receiving those credits.
do they send you an acknowledgement that you're on the rolls, or you just have to wait and see?
Yes, sir. So if you apply with Community Solar, and let's say you apply online, you get correspondence for us, and we tell
Mhm.
you, hey, in a couple of months, you'll start receiving credits on your bill. Or if you apply on paper, we'll send you an email or we'll give you a call to let you know that it takes a couple of months. Now,
Fantastic. Okay.
yes, sir. So we now when our subscription management was done by a company was done by another grantee organization, they used to send letters, they used to call, but now the subscription management is done in-house by us right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have the capacity to send everybody a letter and give everybody a call. So if you apply for the community solar program, take note of when you did it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can call our hotline number or look on the second page of your bill to
Right.
see if you're receiving credits.
Okay. You say how long? About 2 months?
It's about 2 to 3 months on average. Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. Okay. Hey, thanks for that, Alvin, man. You're great, man. Very informative. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Angelo. Yeah, make sure you all check out make sure y'all check out the link in the chat, all the numbers, information. Make sure you record that down. I see we have two hands, but also a question in the chat. Ms. Alvin, can you go once again? Can you go back to your slide with your information, please?
Sure, sure.
Yeah, thank you. Let's see. Do you have community solar in Southwest? So what's it's is the program DC wide, like all over DC?
Yes, sir. The program is all over DC. The program is for everybody in all 8 wards. It's for everybody everywhere in all parts of the district. We have solar panels all over the district. We have them in Ward 1 through 8. So yes, this program is for everybody.
Thank you for answering that. Yeah, everyone. So share with your friends and family, you all. Two questions in the chat, but I hope you're able to grab the info from the slide. Thank you for your question. Anne, you had another question or comment for today?
Something that Brenda asked. Uh, Once we own the panels after 20 years, we will still benefit from the solar energy after we own them. Is that correct?
Yes, I
Okay.
do believe so. Now, the typical lifespan for solar panels are about 20 years. Some last a little bit longer, but the general lifespan from a, solar panel system is about 20 years. So, yes, you may still receive, you know, hopefully, the system doesn't like clunk out, but, in theory, yes.
Okay, so if they go out, then you can reapply in 20 years when the 20 years is up.
Um, could you reapply? Probably for single family solar, probably not. But you could apply for community solar if your solar panels are no longer working and you do not want to get them. You do not want to pay yourself to get them installed because obviously, once you own them, you would be responsible for getting them fixed and all that. So if you didn't want to do that, you can just apply for community solar once you're not, getting the benefits of single family solar anymore. Once your panels are no longer working, they're not generating that excess, generation. You could just apply for community solar after those 20 years.
Okay. Um, okay, I guess I understand that. So I could get community if I don't want to have them reinstalled if they go out.
Right.
Okay. Well, I got about 11 more years, and I assume that I'll still be here in 11 years. I guess I'll deal with it then.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. And our last hand for now, again, any last minute questions, comments, please raise your hand before we end for today. And make sure you stay on for our poll as well, so you can let us know how you felt about today's session. Mr. Dan, you had a question or comment for Alvin? You got to hit unmute in the middle. That's how you unmute.
Yes, I have a question. For individual house that has a solar installed during the summertime, I assume that produce much more than you can use. What happened with surplus of energy? Another question related to this is the surplus of energy goes back to Pepco, or another possibility I've been thinking, can you install battery inside of your house so you can save the energy, the extra energy, or not? I'm ready to hear from you the answer. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Great question. So the excess generation would be sent back to the larger electric grid. It'd be sent back to the grid, the excess generation. Okay. And then the excess generation would make your bill cheaper. It would make your Pepco bill significantly cheaper with the excess generation. You can apply a battery storage to your home, so you can power your home at night, or when there's significant cloud cover or something like that. Yes, you can apply for battery storage. I believe DOEE had I believe we had some type of battery storage program. Um, if you want to send me a private email, I can get you more information on that. I'll get some information from one of my colleagues. I believe we had some type of battery storage program at one point.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dan. Appreciate it. And yes, thank you all so much for your questions and your comments for today. I know it was really helpful. So our last bit before we end, I know we're almost on time. I see your hand. We got you, okay? Mr. Alvin, did you want to share just some other DOE services real quick just to mention before we end?
Yes. The biggest program I wanted to highlight was the LIHEAP Energy Assistance Program. It's one of our most popular programs. It just opened up for the fiscal year October 1st, and I've been getting a lot of questions about this program. So the LIHEAP Energy Assistance Program is actually an acronym, LIHEAP. It stands for Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program. Okay. And this program assists income eligible DC residents with a benefit of 250 all the way up to $1,800 every fiscal year. So it happens as a one-time benefit, okay? And you do have to apply for this program every year. Some of you all may already be familiar with this program, okay? Um, but this program, excuse me, provides emergency utility assistance, and it gives you a benefit towards your Washington gas bill, your oil bill, or your Pepco electricity bill. Okay, a lot of people will always ask about this program, so I thought I'd highlight it. You can apply for this program. You can apply online actually. Now, um, I will be upfront with you. It's not the greatest website. Some people have trouble with this all the time. So if you click register, you just put all your information in, because obviously if you're a new user, you need to register, but you put all your information in and then you can do it online. Some people, sometimes they have problems with it, but if you wanted to apply in person, you would need an appointment. You have to have an appointment. Okay. So you can call 311 to schedule an appointment at one of the service centers. We have service centers at 1207 Taylor Street, which some of you may be familiar with. We also have one at 1200, actually, excuse me, 2100 Martin Luther King Avenue, Southeast. And it says appointments will resume October 1st. So obviously, we're a month after that. So they're taking appointments. Please call 311 if you need one. So these are the eligibility requirements. I'm going to go back up to how you can apply by mail, but let me just go over the income guidelines for eligibility. They're different from Solar for All. So if you're a household of one, you can't make more than 57,571, and so on and so forth. So if you would review these income thresholds for eligibility, you can see if you're eligible. And right here it says, 1207 Taylor Street is serving wards 1 through 6. And then 1200 Martin Luther King Avenue is serving 6 through 8. Okay. So please make sure you have an appointment before you step into the office. I know that they are very busy and it's a very hot commodity for people in the district. So please make sure you call 311 if you want to schedule an in-person appointment. Now, you can apply via the mail. I'm going to tell you what you need to apply via mail as well. Let me go back over that. So what you need if you wanted to apply for this service, you need your government issued unexpired photo identification. You need your recent utility bills. That includes your Washington Gas, your Pepco, and DC water bills if you receive them. If you only receive a Pepco bill, okay, just provide your Pepco bill. Okay, if you receive all three, provide all three. You need your current income for everyone in the household that receives an income. So if it's you and a husband or what have you, please make sure you provide all the income documents for everyone who receives income in the household. You also need social security cards for everyone who lives in the household. That's very important. And they're very, very strict with how they accept their documents. If you don't have one document from this list, it would disqualify your application. So please make sure that you have all of your documentation before you apply. This just happened to me. I tried to help somebody out. They didn't have all their requirement documentation, and it just delayed their application. So please make sure you have all your required documentation if you want to apply for this program. So if you need significant help on your electricity bill, Washington gas bill, or your water bill, please apply for this program. I strongly encourage you to apply. Now, it does take a little minute. It does take some time to, get your benefit for this program. I believe they say it takes up to 60 days. But if you need the assistance, it's worth you applying. And I would say apply sooner rather than later because last year they ran out of funding in June. Okay. And I think it's worth me mentioning, but with the new administration and all that, you never know how funding is going to go. Okay. And by administration, I mean federal. Um, so you can apply online. We have an application that can be accessed online here. So you can print this application. You can fill it out electronically here if you want to, or you can print it out with all the required documentation and send it into our office. Okay. Here is the mailing address for our office. Okay. Now, if you can't do any of that, what you can do is you can call DOEE's, this is the general number for DOEE. Let me see. So you can call just the general number, which is 202-535-2600. You can call this number and be requested. You can request to speak to somebody in the LAHEAP program and request that an application be sent to your home. Okay, you can request that. Okay, if you need to. Also, let me go over something with the LAHEAP program. Now, this is the current version of the application. We can all see this here. Let me scroll down to see something, to show you something that's very important. Where is it? Right here. Okay. This provision right here, it says, I understand that if I qualify, I may be enrolled to receive assistance with my electric bill of an estimated $500 annually through a community solar subscription. So people who apply for this program, the LAHEAP Energy Assistance Program and the UDP program, if you apply with this application, you may be automatically enrolled into the Solar for All program. You may be automatically enrolled, okay? And the key word is maybe. You may be automatically enrolled, okay? We have started to automatically enroll people who have completed this application and signed. We're just giving you a community solar subscription, okay? So if you apply for this, you may be enrolled into the Solar for All program. That's a provision that we thought was important so people can just get the benefits of Solar for All without having to apply for them. It makes it easier, so you'll be getting your LAHEAP benefit and your Solar for All benefit. So you may be automatically enrolled. I thought that was very important, and that's really a provision that we fought for to make it easier on the resident. Okay, so that's LAHEAP and UDP, and I want to take some questions in the chat. Okay. So does anybody have any questions, Miss Webb?
Yep. Yep. Thank you so much, Alvin, for presenting. Again, we'll take Gracie's question and then make sure you all stay on for our poll at the end. Okay. But thank you so much. Again, we had a legal counsel on it a couple of weeks ago talk about the LEAP program, but it's good that you mentioned the Solar for All portion. I think that's great, kind of a 2-in-1. So just take advantage of all the programs that are available. Okay. Gracie, thanks so much. You have a question or comment?
Yes, Mr. Jones. I just want to thank you for this program. I live in a senior complex, and we were bombarded by those people you were talking about knocking on our doors, and and a lot of, not me, but several of them got caught up in it, and then they were paying so much more. So I was afraid when I got this application in the mail for the solar panel one. But now that I understand it, I'm going to apply in it because I can use the help. So thank you. And you made it very plain where I understand everything you said. So thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, Ms. Webb. So just to reiterate, the application that you received was this one? It was the one that I showed you all?
Yes, but I thought it had something to do with those people, so I wouldn't fill it out and send it back.
Okay, great.
Hmm.
That's very good. I encourage you to apply, and
Okay,
appreciate you.
I sure will.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gracie. Thank you all so much for your questions and comments and testimonies. And it's good to hear that a lot of us have already experienced or know of this program from our last session together, but also some new faces as well. So thank you so much for presenting. Okay.